Welcome! Look, we're back. Oh my gosh, we're here, guys. Oh, we made it. Welcome to another live. I'm Whitney. This is Braden.
This is Braden.
We are Esoteric Liminal Horizons, Esoteric Nexus. What did I name the Facebook page?
Esoteric Liminal
Nexus
Horizons.
of Liminal Horizons.
Oh.
That's how I changed it.
I didn't even notice that. How was it like that?
When I registered my business name and started the website,
Oh, I gotta do that still.
then I changed it.
Why isn't your stuff coming? Why don't I see it on here? Where's the refresh button?
Happy Wednesday. Hey, Nikki. Iris, welcome.
Hello.
We made it. We're here, guys.
How you doing, beautiful?
So, today we're going on to part 2 of healing through the body. And today we are getting, oh my gosh, where is this?
This is wildly different on a computer setup.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
There's
how
so
it
many
looks
more
on
options. That's nifty. Can I turn off the fan?
Yeah, if you want to.
Cool.
It bothers you?
Yeah.
It's like nice white noise.
Mm-hmm.
No? That one too.
Yes.
No, it's so quiet.
My ears were being attacked relentlessly. We can put on a little bit of background. Go ahead, start. I'll put on some background softness, so it's not like dead silent. What?
It's like there's no crowd.
Do you guys hear the crickets?
No, but I can hear that light ringing. Braden can't hear it.
No, my ears are already ringing, and I think that's why. Where did I put my
And this is why we're late.
All the time.
That's why it's 7-ish.
No, it would be my bedroom. Maybe we won't have those today. That's why.
You could put it on your phone.
I mean, I guess.
No, that's right next to the microphone. It's okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? No.
I can put it on my computer.
I got you. We're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna turn on the TV.
We'll figure it out.
I'm gonna turn on the TV, and then I'm just gonna screencast music onto my TV.
There we go.
Which button is the power button?
Solved. So today we're getting all scientific. And last week I was not in the mindset, the right frame of mind to be doing that. Had to be all nice and cozy and what are words?
Needed it to be
Casual. I needed casual space.
casual.
So
space.
today we're dropping into the one thing that you've carried through every moment of your life.
My heart.
Your body. Your whole body. Not just your thoughts. Not your beliefs. Not your flesh. Not your bones. Your breath. This week, we're not talking just about healing. We're listening to the sensations of the body. Sensation is the body's first language. And most of us stopped listening to it a long time ago.
We'll see what had happened was
Trauma.
lights, camera, action.
But it never stopped speaking. It whispers through tension. It screams through anxiety. It hums with pleasure, aches with grief, and twists with fear. So tonight we're tuning into the sensations of the body.
Sensations of the body.
Your mind will gaslight the shit out of you, but your body will cut through the lies. Have you ever second-guessed your own gut and convinced yourself that you're overreacting?
Oh yeah, all the time, every time. Radio.
That one's dead.
Oh dear. Dear.
Take 2. So
Music makes me lose
your
control.
mind will gaslight the crap out of you, but your body cuts through the lies. You ever second guess yourself? Like you're overreacting? That's not intuition failing you. That's your mind running interference.
Ooh.
Enter the limbic system. Ooh. The limbic system is the primal system buried deep in your brain, like the basement of an old cathedral. Dark, powerful, ancient. It's made up of the amygdala, the little red thing right there. The amygdala. That's your smoke alarm. It detects fear, threat, and emotional salience. It's not asking, is this rational? It's asking, is this dangerous? And then you got your hippocampus, which is connected to it, the little green thing. That's the historian. That's where all your emotional memories and patterns are stored.
Wow, look
So,
at that. It does show up right. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I know, right? You guys don't know this, but I spent a hot minute making this and writing it backwards so that it would come to you guys properly. And I'm so excited to see that it reflects the right way. You don't even know. But yeah, so you got your amygdala, the hippocampus, and your hypothalamus, which is the big old red thing. The hypothalamus is your command center. That's what regulates your nervous system's response.
Oh, you're bringing it back.
Your heart rate, your hormones, your digestion, your breath. So you've got the amygdala, the little red thing, the hippocampus, and the hypothalamus. That is your limbic system. These girls don't wait around for your logical brain to write the thesis. They react first. They feel first. They protect first. The plot twist is your prefrontal cortex, the front of your brain. It takes longer to activate the whole. That'd be like a whole front of your brain right here. Your prefrontal cortex. That's your logic. The logic takes longer to activate. Your limbic system is what acts first.
Okay.
Your body reacts to the threat or the emotion before you've even had a thought about it. Your body is reacting before you even register what's going on. That clench in your jaw, that hitch in your breath, that hot flash of discomfort, that's your limbic system already screaming before your mind even catches up. So like when you catch a whiff of perfume or cologne and you're transported to a person, a place, or you start feeling sad, that's your limbic memory.
Limbic memory.
A pre-verbal, sensory-coded memory that isn't stored in words, but feeling. It's what makes healing so hard to think through, because this shit was never stored in your thoughts. You're trying to make sense of what you're feeling. So like,
there we go. Just so dark. Maybe it's just my computer.
It's bright though. You see the reflection of it.
Oh.
So like, when you're sitting in a room full of people and you feel lonely, but you're fine. You're fine. Logically, you understand what's happening, but you feel differently. Your stomach tightens, your shoulders raise up a little bit, and you're defensive, but you don't even know why. You're just trying to sit in people.
You know what's weird?
And you feel lonely.
It's like, how often are we directly aware of the feeling that we are feeling? Like the tension, all the things that you're talking about. Like, how many times is it just like a passing thought as we are focused in on the logic, waiting for that to creep up?
We're trying to make sense of emotions. It doesn't make sense to be in a room full of people and feel lonely. Maybe it's your party. It's your party and you have this large crowd and you just don't feel comfortable. It would have been so much better to have a small party of close friends, but you wanted community and it doesn't make sense. And you can't logic that in the moment when you're surrounded by people that you asked to be there and you're lonely. You're so lonely and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's like the front of your brain just trying to figure it out, but your limbic system is responding to it already. It's already responding to it. This is too many people. We're not okay. We don't feel seen. Whatever it is, that's your limbic system coming out.
Okay.
So while your mind might talk you out of how you feel, I'm in a room full of people. I'm not lonely. Your body has already felt it. It remembers, it protects, it speaks. Let that sit in your chest like gospel, because this week we're not talking your way through it. We're listening to the body.
Dun, dun,
How do we get through that?
Step 1. Chronic stress.
Held in emotions become tension. So let's be real. What the mind refuses to deal with, the body stores. It's in there. All that tension that we're holding. So, again, my backwards poster. This pretty thing is your stress response loop. Chronic stress. So this is an example of being stressed out for a long time. When your nervous system detects a threat, real or imagined, it fires up the hypothalamus pituitary adrenaline and it screams, danger, survival mode, and it releases the cortisol. It screams it out to release the cortisol. Nope, this way. It's screaming to the pituitary gland. So in the hypothalamus, which, like we said, this front part of your brain, not the whole prefrontal cortex, just the hypothalamus. Ooh, actually, I lied. It's this red one. So you've got the amygdala, the hypothalamus. Nope, that's your hippocampus. Oh my gosh. I can't read backwards.
I love
You got your
watching this
amygdala, which is the one sending out the cortisol, and it's getting information from up here, from the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus screams that you're in danger first, sends a message to the adrenal glands to release the cortisol. Oh, back over here. To release the cortisol. Guys, we're stressed. And it sends word to the adrenal glands, and your adrenal glands send out the freaking soldiers, which is the cortisol, to send a message back to the hypothalamus. Make sure I'm saying it right. Which again sends a message to the pituitary glands to go back to the amygdala to release more cortisol. So you've got this stress loop just constantly releasing a crap ton of cortisol into your system. And that is toxic. We're trying to find how to get out of the loop. But understand first that we are in this loop.
And that's, I don't know, my opinion might be a little bit different. I think that's where like your logical thinking is supposed to come and help you break that cycle.
This is where emotional intelligence would come really into play. This is where this comes into play. Hey, Monica. Aaron, thanks for joining us. Brittany.
How come I don't see those on here?
Probably because it's on my phone. So when you are under this constant stress and under this crap load of cortisol being released into your body, it does so much to you when you are under that much stress. And we tell ourselves that we're not in that much stress. But you've got the immune suppression, the digestive dysfunction, the increased blood pressure and heart strain, all the hormones being flooded through your system. When your immune system is suppressed, your body starts skipping the repair work. Like, hello, lingering colds, slow healing, and mystery inflammation. The digestive dysfunction, it shuts down digestion. When you are under that much flooding of cortisol in your brain, your digestive system starts to slow and shut down. You get IBS, lots of bloating. The gut brain connection is so real, guys. If your body is not doing okay, you're not okay up here. You're not making proper decisions. You're cloudy, you're stressed out, you're thinking extra hard through all of this. With the increased blood pressure and the heart strain, your body's always bracing for a fight.
Did you know that your gut, also known as the enteric nervous system, has over 100 million neurons, and that makes up your gut? It's like a second brain, and it's part of its job is to send those signals to the brain.
That's why, like, eating healthy helps the rest of it.
Regulates digestion, mood, produces 90% of your serotonin and your immune system. It's also known as the second brain. Serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. It's your intuitive compass, the place that feels truth before the mind can name it.
You got all this hormonal chaos going on inside. The cortisol literally hijacks the hormonal orchestra, throwing off the estrogen, testosterone, insulin, and the melatonin.
Putting it all into whack. Oh. I'm just fidgeting over here to line me.
Oh my goodness. Getting dry now.
What
are they saying over there?
We've got narcissistic brainwashing.
Wow.
Happens in narcissistic relationship.
That kind of stress on your system.
Hello, Stephanie.
Fighting against a narcissist for sure.
Oh yeah.
Love you too. The fallout for starters with the inflammation. The inflammation is the slow burn, the simmer of your nervous system that never gets to rest. It shows up in ways like fatigue, the IBS, gut issues, skin problems, migraines. The fatigue in your cells are literally inflamed and exhausted. Your cells are tired.
Tired.
Your second brain, your gut is screaming.
Cash me outside.
Nobody's listening. You get acne, eczema, rashes. Your body's trying to detox through the largest organ that you have, your skin. You get migraines. Your system's overwhelmed. It's misfiring. All that chronic tension and vascular strain. Done.
And your skin is called the somatosensory system, and it links directly to your limbic brain, your emotional response, your physical sensations. So if you're bleeding or purging out all of these different feelings, thoughts, I mean, think about it. Like if you've got your eczema going on, or if you've got like
cold sores,
the cold sores, the hard-boiled pimples that are really hard to get out of your skin, all of those things, like that's a direct message that you're seeing on your body that is tying to the limbic brain. And it's all just like this intricate system that feeds into each other. And if we can understand and recognize how the system feeds in, then we're giving ourselves tools to be able to break the emotional trap hold of whatever your little sign was.
Your dashboard is flashing. Check engine light. Oh my gosh, your oil light's going off. Your body is sending out these signals. Listen. Listen,
Linda, listen.
Migraines. Oh, lack of sleep, joint pain, inflammation, and cortisol equals the breakdown of cartilage, the flexibility, the comfort.
Insomnia. And then like your stress can, your stress can get you so strung out. Like you can't eat because when you eat, you feel sick. And then you want to sleep, but you can't sleep because your nervous system's a wreck because you're so far into your fight or flight that cortisol is just running on high.
Hypothalamus, pituitary gland, amygdala. I don't know if everybody got to see this, but I'm going to show it off again.
Hello, Sandra.
We're talking about our limbic system. Our limbic system. You've got...
The limbic system.
This is your prefrontal cortex. This is the whole logic thinking part of your brain. And then you've got your limbic system, which is the amygdala. The amygdala sends out the little soldiers, sends out the cortisol. Your hippocampus that stores all your emotional memory. I didn't put the pituitary gland in. Yes, I did. Okay, that's where it is. Your pituitary gland is connected to the hypothalamus. And your pituitary gland is what...
It's also known as your... Oh, no, that's your...
Oh, man. Which direction?
Aren't those the same? Isn't that your third eye?
Your pituitary gland?
Isn't the pituitary the same as the pineal, or are those two different things?
No, I don't think so. Oh, so your hypothalamus, which was
they're just
the little red thing connected to your pituitary gland, sends out stress hormones. Your hypothalamus sends out stress hormones to your pituitary gland.
As well as growth and metabolism. Did you know that?
What?
The pituitary gland. Like, that's another thing that it regulates. Is not just the hormones, but like bodily functions like growth and metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
It regulates a lot of your hormones.
It's called the master gland.
Yes. So when your hormones are all hijacked, it's because your pituitary gland is just being used the crap out of. It's exhausted and it's not responding to
the original
to the hypothalamus properly. It's constantly stressed out. Oh my gosh, we're in this stress loop, sending out the same hormones. We're in danger. We're stressed out.
It's like
which then sends out
punching bag.
Word to the soldiers, and it's calling them, and it's calling out to your amygdala. And it's freaking out, and it's telling you, oh my gosh, send soldiers, we're in trouble, we're stressed out. And it's releasing the cortisol. And the cortisol goes back to the hypothalamus. And your hypothalamus, based on the amount of cortisol being released, it then decides how stressed out we are. How much cortisol is coming in? Okay, you know what? We're stressed out. So then we're going to send word to the pituitary gland.
Hey, we're pretty stressed over here.
We're kind of stressed, man. And he's going to release just a little bit of cortisol. But when you're in the stress loop and you've got all that cortisol coming in, then your hypothalamus is like, oh my gosh, we're in more danger than we were before. Oh, it keeps getting amped up. And then all the other organs are just stressed and they're not responding to the basic bodily functions the way we normally would when we're not that stressed out.
I just had a brain fart. That was weird.
I just wanted to re-go over that with the new people that we had in, and that's where we were going. So we're breaking down.
I think we described it a lot better this time. You described it a lot better the second go around anyway. You nailed it. Ka-chow. While
she's going back over under.
Oh, are we backing up?
Look, I don't. So I went back over the thing. What? So we went over the chronic stress, which leads to the chronic cortisol, which shows up in all the ways that we described: the immune suppression, your digestive, the increased blood pressure, migraines, and that's what we're breaking down.
The hormonal rage. I saw that on there. Oh, chaos, not rage.
Hormonal chaos. How cortisol hijacks your hormonal orchestra. So with your pituitary gland going crazy, which, like Braden said, is in charge of making all the hormones and sending it out to the rest of the body to tell it how to regulate. Being hijacked, it throws off the testosterone, the estrogen, insulin, and your melatonin. So that's why your sleep's all fucked up. So with like being in the fight or flight response for so long, all that.
I've got that shoulders inch up all the time.
That muscle tension, your body hardens. So you've got the shoulders that are constantly up. Like if I say right now, just relax your shoulders, guys. Did you even realize that you were tense up there? Unless you think about it, you don't realize it.
Yeah, and then they bring it to your attention. You're like, oh, I feel like I can
Yeah,
melt
oh,
all
that
this.
was good. Clenching your jaw. I don't know about you, but I, at one good point in time, before I had my first panic attack, I think right around that time, I was clenching my jaw a crap ton, and I even went out and got a mouth guard.
Wow, okay.
And I had bite marks in the mouth guard, and it had a wider strip at the back to push my back teeth apart, because that's where it would start. So if you push down on the teeth back there, then you can't clench your jaw. But then I find my mouth is sore in the morning, and chewing my cereal got hard. It's like, oh my gosh, after like 5 chews, I was like, gosh, I gotta take a break from chewing because I was clenching my jaw so much. It's like almost a sign of, like, if you think about where the tension is at, you could almost imagine what you're holding back. So with my jaw being so tight, I wasn't speaking my truth. I was way too stressed out. I was putting myself out there way too much, trying to be the savior for everybody. And I'm always available. There's no time for me. That's okay. I don't need time. I've got it. I'm always there for you. I wasn't saying no, even when I felt. So my jaw was tight. Hard up shoulders. You're not standing up for yourself.
You know, I can't say that's the case with me. I think
Maybe
mine
you're
is just
doing
terrible
something you didn't
posture.
want to be doing. I don't know.
But it starts with that, you know, like you definitely see it. You can see, and you know where you notice it most is in teenagers.
Protecting your neck. You're like scared. There's a little bit of fear, anxiety. There you go.
And teenagers are like most physically expressive. I feel like we kind of fall into our ways of coping and hiding. When we become adults, to become more subtle. But like them teenagers, you see the exaggerated body motions that speak the emotion that person is feeling.
That's
So
a really good example. Teenage years. Yeah. Hi, Mom. Welcome to the lab.
hello.
What about stomach knots?
That's never been a thing.
From feeling so much, feeling so deeply. When you stiffen your spine to stand strong. When you feel powerless. It's like little man syndrome almost.
And you gotta roll your shoulders back when you do it. It gives you that extra feeling.
Your body remembers every moment that you didn't cry, every time that you bit your tongue, every time that you smiled through the pain. Your body stores those emotions. It holds those moments like stone. And they eventually turn into chronic stiffness, structural imbalance, pinched nerves, limited breath, restlessness or numbness.
Hello, Aubrey, Felicia. People popping in left and right today. How fun.
Welcome. Hopefully you'll go back again and...
What, you don't want to go back into this one?
Do you want
No,
to?
I don't. No, I'm just kidding. I was being snarky. I take it back.
Like, oh no, don't make me pull up my pretty little poster. Oh, my stress response loop, guys. We're talking about the limbic system today. I spent so much time writing it backwards.
I'm going to show it every chance I got.
Thanks for coming in so I could show this. Oh, hey, Bryson, check out my poster. Okay.
Oh, God.
So what do we do about this feeling, all this stress in the body? What do we do?
We cope through alcohol, drugs, sex, TV, and food. And it only works momentarily. So, like, let's not go
doom
that
scrolling.
route. Doom scrolling. It's a huge one. Getting lost in the fake fantasy worlds. Books, games. I had something else. I don't know. Poetry? Can you get lost in poetry? Poetry's not really fantasy, though. That's like the world of emotion.
I feel like that's a release. That's an outlet.
That's an outlet. Okay.
That's more of listening to the body a little bit.
That's fair.
Maybe even verbalizing for the body.
Maybe even coaxing.
Ooh, yeah.
Setting the tone and just being... That's like why music can be releasing, because it speaks to the tone that you're feeling. Okay, all right. See, we're already talking
Gets
about
on the
what we can do.
vibration that you're at. Like, I feel seen.
Yeah, I recognize this. I'm not alone. Everybody
With
hurts.
all that emotion in the body, if we stop and listen, how can we listen to the body? Doing a body scan, doing the meditations. If you just sit and breathe and feel. Head.
And
How are we feeling?
And don't go and try and like describe it to yourself right away. Shut your prefrontal cortex down. Let it just
listen.
Yeah, just let yourself feel. Allow yourself to feel the tension.
Eyes, how are we feeling? Jaw, how are we feeling? Shoulders, biceps. Do a full body scan and notice where you're clenching, where there's all that tension. Where's that ball at? What's flashing?
That body tap therapy is really something that's not hard to learn, guys. Oh.
Thanks, Aubrey.
You suck up. I love you too, Rick.
Hey, babe.
Ooh.
Some movement, some somatic movement, that body shake.
Do some grounding.
Breath work. Melt the armor that you're holding onto. And eventually, after we've listened, we can get to the naming. Name the sensation. This is grief in my chest. That's rage in my jaw. Ugh. When you can name it, you can tame it. I love that. Consistent somatic rituals. Healing doesn't happen by accident. You gotta be intentional with it.
Take the actions.
It's not a one-time thing. If I do a body scan, it'll be gone. You gotta check in with yourself. Have a routine with you. You time. You deserve that. You need that.
Wow, make your you time intentional. Instead of checking out, maybe check in.
You can't show up for other people if you're not showing up for yourself.
You can't show up for yourself if you're not willing to listen to yourself. I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine, it's great. I'll just go pop a couple of Advil and just carry about my day.
Each time you lie to yourself and you fail to show up for yourself, there's that disappointment, that mistrust. You're not trusting yourself. Your intuition's not going to sit there. You're not safe if even you aren't being honest with yourself.
And honesty is a beautiful thing, guys. It's liberating. It allows for the change to take place. Accountability doesn't have to be this like heavy word of like do it or else. Accountability is, hey, I see you, I recognize you. I don't like you, let's change. Or way to be a badass, keep going. Accountability is both good and not so good. You know, you gotta hold yourself accountable to the great times and be like, oh man, I did this. That was hard, but I stuck it out. And then there are those other times you're like, ooh, I dropped the ball really hard on that one. I really thought I was going to be able to make things happen, and I did not. And I could see where that ball was dropped. I guess I better address that so it doesn't happen again. And it's not hard. You're not in trouble with yourself. You're just deciding what you want to keep and what you don't. And if you want that change, you gotta want it bad enough. The only way to want it bad enough is to have something that desires for change, or have something that you're so sick of that you're just ready to do something different. And I know it sounds like the same thing, but they're like subtle differences in it.
Those emotions, that stress, that's your story. That's your body's story, waiting to be felt, waiting to be freed.
Hello, Bailey.
And Bryson, thanks for showing up.
Weighs down your whole body heart. I like that. Oh, body, heart, and soul. I just like the idea of like a body heart. I don't know. Sorry, Grandma, I can't answer.
Your posture plays such a huge role. Your posture is more than just a stance. It's your whole nervous system in motion. The slouched shoulders,
What's the slouch shoulders?
that's like withdrawal, defeat.
Keep going. I gotta figure out what mine is. Self-protection? Maybe. Oh, I thought we had
Your
more.
body collapse inwards is protecting the lungs, your very core.
Why do I always end up like this? I find myself like that.
If you slouch long enough, your brain registers this posture as low power, fueling apathy, hopelessness, even anxiety.
What if it's like a leftover? It's like a residue. Like maybe you're not feeling like you are in this realm anymore. Because I don't align with what's being said here as far as like I'm not working through those things anymore. I've already worked through that. But because I've already worked through them, there was a point in time where I was sitting shoulder slouched trying to keep myself protected. There was a time where I was like, oh no, I'm just too much. Let me just sit here and melt into the background. So now maybe it's a residual of learning how to change out the posture that you have to be able to fit where you're at now. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there, but I've been trying to figure it out for a hot minute.
We're listening and trying to understand. With your chest collapsed, you're trying to suppress fear or grief. It tightens your diaphragm and it restricts your breath, signaling to the amygdala that there's danger present. You're not breathing deep enough to regulate, so panic brews silently. If we're not breathing into our body, the rest of your body is not going to react accordingly. Your brain needs that. Oh my gosh. Just think about when you're doing your breathing techniques and it helps release the panic and it releases the anxiety. That amygdala, man, it's ready to send the cortisol. The raised shoulders posture. Hypervigilance. Your trapped muscles tense as if it's bracing for impact. Held long term, this fuels migraines, jaw tension, shallow breathing, like you're waiting for the next blow that never comes. Tight hips or locked knees. This is part of your fight or flight response. The body's preparing to run or lock in place. Sitting or standing still, but the system's on high alert. That's trauma echoing through your joints.
I'd like to just tap into that a little more. That fight or flight response, right? Like when you're experiencing the tight hips, locked knees, it may not be something physical or external. It very well may be something internal that you may be trying to come to terms with yourself, and it puts you in that fight or flight. Do I want to address this? Do I run? Am I going to get aggressive with it? Or do I just put it off for another day? So,
that's mine.
What? Yeah.
Tight hips.
Tight hips. Yeah.
It's in my thighs. I can feel like my upper thighs into my butt like clench. And it's not like my whole butt's clenched, but like just on the sides.
Like you're just tense, ready to take that next little hop step.
I'm preparing for that hit. And I when I notice it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you relax your hip? Relax the thigh. When I'm sitting, because I notice it when I'm sitting.
You picture your feet becoming jelly. Like just imagine the bottom of your feet just and you can feel it just out in your legs.
Constantly crossing your arms or your legs. You're closing off. I don't feel like I notice myself doing that a lot. So when I'm talking to people, it's like a nice resting mode, but that posture gives off like closed off. And it's received that way too. I recognize when I uncross my arms, I am like emotionally opening up.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there are times where having
A
your
little bit
arms crossed.
protective?
Well, maybe not even so much protective, but I feel there are times where I get contemplative with my heart, and I think that's when I like to have my arms crossed. I'm like, all right, like we're gonna
That's
talk about
protective.
this.
That's
It
like,
is.
hold on, me and
It
my heart
is.
are having a little
But it's not like
powwow.
But it's not like outward protective. It's not like a blocking off as much as it's just like a holding, like a
But
caress.
it's your nervous system
Yeah.
responding. It
Yeah,
doesn't even
yeah.
need to be all the way. My goodness, your body remembers
Everything.
what the mind tries to deny. And that constant posture becomes your nervous system's language. Your posture is your subconscious yelling when you're not tending to your emotional self. Your body bears the cost silently until it can't anymore. Oh, I didn't do this one. So we're getting into the hormonal part, the anterior insula.
Monica says, start from the knees.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel the muscle relax backwards into my hips.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
What are you fighting from?
Oh, just anxiety.
Anxiety. That comes
Just
from
anxiety. Where? It depends on where I'm at in the situation. The
Ah.
thing that comes up first is being on the back of the motorcycle.
Why is that like? Oh, maybe that's why your legs and your hips lock up. Maybe it comes from the motorcycle because
I don't ride enough.
It's like the only way. I mean, it's not like you have handles to hold on to. You know, like you got your hubby, and you got the bike
from
underneath
being on
you.
the motorcycle. It's usually from being a wee bit inebriated when I'm on the back. I'm not driving, guys. But yeah, there's some like sensory feeling going on. Like, oh, is he awake? He's fine. It's fine.
He's still riding the
And
motorcycle.
like intersections and when cars are coming up behind us, so on the back of the motorcycle, I get real protective of him. I am not kidding. I am so ready
you better
to throw whatever is in my hand at somebody that gets too close to the back of the motorcycle. Back off! Like, I'm so ready.
Oh my gosh. That is wild.
Too many people are
So
getting
wild.
ran over. Like, I get some motorcyclists are a little crazy on the road. But a lot of the time, it's just awareness. And people aren't seeing that. Even in a car. Since I got my truck. I'm a big old red loud truck and you don't see me
with a train horn,
so you definitely ain't seen a motorcycle. Yeah. So we are on into the pain and pleasure, which both demand presence. Your anterior insula. The anterior insula tracks your heartbeat, the breath, the stomach sensations, temperature shifts. It's the whisper between your gut and your soul. It's the part of your brain that says something's off before you even know why.
Ooh, fun fact. Your heart contains 40,000 neurons. It's considered the intrinsic cardiac ganglia. Sends more signals to the brain than it receives. Regulates emotional processing, coherence, and stress responses.
Hold on. It sends
more signals to the brain than it receives. So the heart is sitting there just throwing information left, right, and center.
That's wild.
Brain. And it's a giver. It doesn't receive as much in response to it. Regulates the emotional processing, the coherence, and stress responses. Institute of Heart Math has shown that heart rhythms impact cognition and emotional states. The heart is your emotional oracle. It radiates coherence when you're in alignment.
Your anterior insula is like if you took off the first layer of your brain, that's what's underneath.
Ooh.
It also.
So we're talking about two different things. My bad. I thought this was heart related.
It tracks your heartbeat.
That's why I thought it was heart related. Okay, that's wild.
It's also processing emotion. It doesn't just observe the pain, pleasure, disgust, empathy. It feels them. Your anterior insula feels the pleasure, the pain, the disgust. This is where your emotions become actually physical. So, like, if you get that pit in the bottom of your stomach, that's your anterior insula telling you that the energy ain't right.
So do you think that's where the emotional blockage is, in the anterior insula? Like, because like as I'm reading this, if this is what it's regulating the heartbeat, it's feeling the feelings. So like if you're one who cuts off the feeling before you feel it, you're literally cutting off your brain heart connection, and it's tied to this anterior whatever you called it. And like, so then it's, now that you know what part of the,
They're all connected. It's all firing at the same time.
it is, but I mean, think about it. Like, because I can go through something and not have the physical emotional tie feel to it. So
isn't
hold
that
on. So like
neural pathways?
well, that's what I'm asking though. So because this is where it all happens, this is where it feels and then sends the feeling. There's a cutoff there. There's something in people's brains that are keeping that from being able to fire correctly. And that's how you are like not feeling the emotions that you're having, right? So recognizing that you need to learn how to feel the emotions, you can go from a scientific standpoint, like, boom, this thing right here, let's go learn about it and see how it actually does all the things. Like what we got here is a good start, but then you can get deeper on the hows, the what's, the whys, and maybe you will find your own path as to how to actually start feeling again, how to get out of your head and into your body. Yeah.
I don't know. That's something we could absolutely get into.
Right? That feels like it could be its own little.
Yeah, I'd be interested in to debate that more.
Yeah, most definitely.
So also the pain response. The wild thing is that this area lights up the same way whether your heart is breaking or your body is aching. That's not a metaphor. That's just neurology. But you got ghost pains, like betrayal or your gut reaction to grief.
Even those moments where you have that are really awkward and you think back on them and cringe. Yeah.
That's your anterior insula blurring the lines between the hurt, the heartache. So why does this matter? Because this is proof. You cannot separate the body from the soul. You cannot ignore emotions and expect your body to stay quiet. If your anterior insula is overworked from trauma or chronic stress, your system becomes hypersensitive. It misreads the signals. It anticipates the pain. And then it has trouble returning to safety, even when you are safe. Ugh. The somatosensory cortex is a strip of brain tissue that's located in the parietal lobe, just behind the motor cortex. I don't have a picture for that one.
Oh, before we jump into that, talking about the body and how you said it remembers and stores and holds all the things, it is held in the fascia or the fascia, the connective intelligence. This is the tissue that holds all the organs together. It surrounds the muscles, the organs, and the bones. It's rich in sensory nerves, and it's thought to store memory, especially trauma and emotional tension. It interacts with nervous and lymphatic systems. The fascia is your body's archive. It remembers what your words forget. Which is why it's so fascinating when you find people that can do facial work through body massage, like, and why you have a lot of emotional release. It's like that's proof in the pudding of everything you just summed up.
So the somatosensory cortex is responsible for processing touch, pain, temperature, and your body position. So think of it like a live map of your entire body in your brain. Every part has a specific region on this map. Hands, face, feet, they all have huge real estate because they're sensory rich. So what happens when you're under stress? Your cortisol ramps up and it increases the sensitivity in the somatosensory cortex. The more you hold trauma in your body, like your tight shoulders, your clenched jaw, the more the brain interprets the body's baseline state as pain or threat. And eventually, even neutral sensations can trigger disproportionate emotional responses because the brain's sensory interpretation is biased by the chronic stress. So as being under all that chronic stress, your hypothalamus, your amygdala, all that just is exhausted and it's not going to respond the same way as if you were in a neutral state. It's overused, it's hypersensitive.
Oh, I like this. There's a slight wall between your physical vessel, feeling emotion, and bridging into your spiritual like blockages that takes place more so in the pineal gland of the emotional feeling. That would be interesting to look into as well.
Right?
Oh man, to be able to just, I don't know, what's really cool about this is it's a lot of information to like take in, break down, and understand and see how it ties into the state of affairs that you find yourself in. But it's also a beautifully laid out roadmap that doesn't change. So when you forget, you can go back, you can relearn, re-understand, gain more insight, see the interconnectivity of
go back and rewatch the live and see how many times we went back over the same information.
Oh gosh, yeah, through all of our lives, see where it all overlaps, because it does, most definitely.
So pleasure is also whispering through the same roads of the somatosensory cortex. The safe, warm touch is triggering dopamine and oxytocin via the somatosensory pathways. Breath work, self-touch, movement, these all rewire the brain by providing new data to the sensory map.
Maybe that's the point of tantric.
So self-love.
Maybe that's the point of tantric.
Practice.
Compared to just having intimacy, right? Like,
if you do something long enough, it becomes the norm. But if you want to change the norm, then you change what you're doing and do that more consistently. And slowly that will become the new norm. So you literally teach the brain that it is safe to feel, safe to be here.
That's the point of tantric. That's what I'm getting at, is it's not just this whole like getting into the body and feeling this amazing out of body experience, orgasm, if you will, but it's really showing your body the outer limits of what safety feels like, what a safe place actually feels like, and how that affects the pleasure centers of your brain. And then when you get into that, right, because that's such an extreme form of it, it can be backtracking. You can start seeing how some of that is going to bleed off on your everyday life, because you're starting to recognize, oh, hey, look, this is what safe feels like. Well, look, this is how I can create safe for self in this moment. And then that's like a backwards, extreme, but backwards way of being able to start working through some of your other hardships and trials, because you've now finally found a safe place and how to access it.
Well, as much as you're triggering dopamine is your pleasure and motivation chemical. It gets released when you feel a reward. But the kicker is the brain doesn't care if the reward is healthy or not. It just cares if it's familiar.
Oh, it's the consistency of it.
So this means emotional chaos, numbness, or martyrdom can be addictive if it's what you keep choosing to feed with attention. So whatever you make space for, that's what you bond with. That's what your body learns to crave. Presence isn't just a wellness buzzword. It's a biological decision.
Presence. 'Cause it's a
So
present.
be careful with your dopamine releases.
Regulate them. Like the ones that are worth your time.
So where does your body speak loudest today?
Shoulders.
Can you trace it to a feeling?
Not really.
And what would happen if you trusted sensation as much as you trust thought? We are not here to be numb. We're here to listen. And when you do, your body becomes your anchor, not your enemy. I want to high five that.
Oh,
And just to end this,
one more time.
my beautiful map of the limbic system, your
Oh,
prefrontal
well,
cortex in
not-
there. And your beautiful little stress loop that you get sucked into. Ooh, releasing all the cortisol. We're gonna break the loop, guys,
Break it.
by
Break it
practicing
good.
being present. Thanks for showing up. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Sayonara. Hasta
Beautiful
luego.
souls.
Ciao. Bye. Au revoir.